I'm not a realtor. I never came from real estate. Technology's been my life. Eventually, my life took me to AI and real estate, and it kind of all started when my wife and I bought our first home, and I got to interact more with agents, and I'm like, what? And the more I looked into it, the more I realized that I have a lot of value to bring here. The power of AI is amazing. It's endless, and we're just at the beginning of it. Everyone in the crowd has used ChatGPT or one of these AI tools already, but most people are using it for things like listing descriptions or basic questions. It's still limited in its capacity. Can we take it to the next level? Can we truly automate your life and let you run a business and extend your arms to be in 1,000 places at once?
What's poppin', everybody? Thank you for tuning in again to another episode of What Would It Cost? Today we are here with Raz Zohar, coolest name around town, and these guys are taking over the industry with a really cool AI technology called Mave. And yeah, you're gonna hear a lot more about it, and stay tuned. Welcome to What Would It Cost? Thank you for taking the time to sit down with us today.
Of course.
Really interesting what you have going on. The little bit that we have spoken, right?
Yeah.
It looks like you got some awesome knowledge on what it takes to take the AI, inject it into the real estate market, and have it kick ass.
We try.
Yeah.
You know, like things are moving a lot faster than we expected it. In a way, it seems that we kind of caught lightning in a bottle where we didn't really know if we wanted to come out into the world yet, but the more people found out about us, the more people just wanted us here and end up being the opening speaker for this conference just through word of mouth. So
nice.
Trying to just make it all happen.
Yeah, very cool. And are you big on technology prior to the Mave app?
Yeah, so it's actually a great question. It's important for everyone to know. I'm not a realtor. I never came from real estate. Technology's been my life.
Okay.
I've been in it for over 10 years. I've been fortunate enough to be a part of some amazing companies, grew them to over $150 million in sales, raised too much money, and yeah, it's a gift and a curse. And eventually my life took me to AI and real estate, and it kind of all started when my wife and I bought our first home, and I got to interact more with agents, and I'm like, what? How does this industry really work? And the more I looked into it, the more I realized that I have a lot of value to bring here, and we think we're onto something with Mave.
Very cool. And how long you guys existed for?
I've been working on this part-time for over a year,
okay.
But we officially started going at it about 5 months ago is when we really started, and word got out very fast, so we kind of went from one agent to a whole brokerage, so now we have 5 brokerages in our first batch, including guys like Forest Hill, PSR, and now we have a lot of demand for our second batch, and again, we haven't even launched it to the public, so we're trying to figure out what the next best move is in terms of who we want to bring on board to really partner with us this early on.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Talk about something that works, right?
We try.
Yeah.
I mean, look, the power of AI is amazing. It's endless, and we're just at the beginning of it. It's, you know, when I was on stage today, something I said was, everyone in the crowd has used ChatGPT or one of these AI tools already, but most people are using it for things like listing descriptions or basic questions because it's still limited in its capacity. So what I think we're trying to do with Mave and a lot of other companies is, can we take it to the next level? Can we truly automate your life and let you run a business and extend your arms to be in 1,000 places at once with unlimited knowledge? So that's kind of where we see it going, and that's where we're trying to really take it.
Right. Now, are you guys bootstrapping the business, or do you have investors that are on the board?
Great question.
How does that look? Yeah.
You're in finance, you know.
Yeah.
We bootstrapped it, but confidentially, we're about to raise money.
Okay.
I don't know when this will be live, but if someone wants to talk, happy to have a conversation. But we're about to close a round, which will, I think, take us to the next level.
Very cool.
But we've been keeping it by ourselves for the last year.
Nice. You want to stay private, or are you going to lift and go public one day?
I don't even know, man. Like, we're so early on. Right now, things are going well. There's a lot of advantages to staying private. Going public is a whole ordeal. I've been through before, it's a lot. So right now I'm just having a good time and seeing where this takes us.
Yeah, very cool. Awesome, man. And did you ever think that you'd get into the real estate space? I mean,
Absolutely not. I mean, I have a lot of family in it on the development side, on the brokerage side, but it never was something super obvious to me.
Yeah.
And as I just learned more about it, I just got drawn into it. And I realized that I understand it more than I believed I did. And I think we can really build something of value. And I think that's kind of what drives me, because the more we build, the more we talk to people, the more we understand, hey, people want this.
Yeah.
So let's just make it happen, and let's make this magic happen. And that's what excites me every single day.
Very nice. And you know, you got something that works if it's spread as quickly as it has already, and you're at the point now where you're like, okay, whoa, you know, let's be mindful about taking on more business, because I guess you don't want to have it be that things start to fall through the cracks and people aren't impressed with the service level and how you're able to, get out to them, right?
100%. I mean, you nailed it right on the head. We want to be selective with how we're rolling this out before we go full launch, which is also, truthfully, why we are a bit hesitant to come here, because we're getting a lot of demand. We don't want to, we've already had hundreds of people sign up today, and I want to make sure we get them there when we're ready. And you're absolutely right. We want to be surgical in that approach, for sure.
Yeah, very cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
And what does it look like in the next year for you? Where do you see yourself?
Great question. So let's talk about product, let's talk about company. Right now what our product specializes in is two things. Can we give you unlimited knowledge in a matter of milliseconds? So what we want to do over the next year is expand the amount of data we have. So right now we have MLS data, we have, we're plugging in pre-construction data, so if someone has a question, hey, what projects are going up in the neighborhood that I need to know about, we're plugging that in. Permit data, city-specific neighborhood data that no one else does. So we want to really enrich that data source, number one. Two, what I'd say as a company, we want to take over Toronto. We really see the opportunity. We're partnered with Treb. We're an approved vendor. We have a lot of advantages there. We want to take advantage of that opportunity, so that's a big priority for us. And the third element is, look, keep growing. I mean, we're getting a lot of good things happening to us, and for us, it's in a year from now, can we be in a position to control our own destiny, to expand to the US, to go across Canada? And I think that's where we're really that's how I want to make that decision about a year. But right now, let's just get there.
Exciting. So this is something that is so new, right? So how does it look like from a compliance standpoint? Like when you're dealing with the big real estate boards, and just how you're coming in and disrupting, right? And a lot of these people that sit on these boards, they're baby boomers, right? They're from the silent gen, even some of them still, right? It's what is that? And they're it's the whole, you can't teach an old dog new tricks in a lot of these scenarios where they've become uncomfortable with these technologies, right? Because they feel threatened by it. And instead of getting on the right side of it and just understanding and embracing it and allow it to do all the good things, they look at it almost as a threat, right? So have you faced those, I would assume, right? Have you faced those challenges?
Yeah.
Those challenges?
Absolutely.
And yeah, okay.
It's a great question. I mean, it took us months to get approved by Treb. We worked on that. We want to make sure that, one, we're compliant, because with real estate data, there's a lot of legal complexity to it, making sure we get the right people using it and no one else. So that was a big hurdle for us. But to your point, yeah, I mean, look, AI is brand new. I mean, it's scary to some, it's exciting to some, and we have to figure out a way to get through it. But I think what we're seeing as an opportunity here is to educate the market as to how this can be the true unfair advantage to their realtors. Because what we're able to do, and I was at a meeting with the Toronto Real Estate Board, and I saw, it was pretty much a meeting of agents. I was a fly on the wall complaining that there are situations where their customers know more about the property than they do, because it's so difficult for them to just understand what's going on.
Right.
House Sigma has more data than them at certain points.
Right.
So when you hear things like that, and we can bring us to the table, where suddenly we give you an unlimited amount of data way quicker than you can ever imagine having it, that's going to finally bring that unfair advantage to these realtors that boards are desperately wanting. How do you separate the agent and the brokerage from the everyday consumer? Because they're getting smarter. So how do you bring value? And I think that's where we come in.
Right. Very cool. Very cool. So the educational piece you guys are leading with in a big way, right? And it's not that you want to take out the agent. You almost want to empower them with these tools and the knowledge, and have it be that they're able to do their job a lot more efficient and a lot better.
100%. We're here to empower the agent to take their time back. That's really how we think about it. We know that agents are spending between 30 to 35 hours, if you can believe it, per deal on just administrative tasks and marketing tasks.
Okay.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
We're not here to replace the agent. We're here to make sure that they can do their job more efficiently, so they can focus on what really matters, which is two things: your customer and growing your brand.
Yeah.
If we can help you provide a level of service you've never even imagined was possible, that's how we win.
Right.
I don't really think the agents will ever be replaced. It's something always talked about in the industry, but let's face it, it hasn't happened. I don't think it ever will. If you think about the transaction they're supporting you with, for most people, it's the largest transaction of their life. I know for me, if you give me all this data, I don't even know what to do with it, let alone be sure that I made the right decision. So to me, an agent will always exist. We're just here to be the backbone to make sure they do the best they can.
Solid. And it comes at such an interesting time because right now it's very popular to be building brand equity, scaling your business.
Yeah.
How is it that I bring on more, right? But I can't, clone myself and have it be that there's 10 of me out there. So, people are taking on a lot more overhead, right? And are putting in place systems and processes and the hierarchy and org chart structure and trying to take on more and expand their bandwidth with a little bit more of what I would say the old school approach would be compared to what you're now bringing to the table. You're saying, okay, not that doesn't need to happen, but does it need to happen at the capacity that it's happened in the past, right?
Of course.
With this new technology now. So what this does in a nutshell is really expand one's bandwidth and allow them to maybe not bring on 3-4 hires and have it be a little one-man show with this technology that can,
100%. I mean, you nailed it. I think, okay, so there's two elements of this.
Okay.
Let's face it, AI is going to empower you to do things you never even knew could happen.
Right.
And it could extend you to be able to handle 1,000 times the capacity you have, which will also lead to a point where agents who are trying to build their own brand may not need to hire anyone at all, potentially. Right. I don't think we'll replace jobs. I think we'll empower those in place to handle more. And that's actually how we started. A big brokerage in Toronto came to us and said, look, we are overstaffed. If I look at what they're doing every single day, I mean, they're handling the same marketing requests. Right. They're handling the same operational tasks. Can we find a way to streamline this? And we just figured AI is the right solution for it. Yeah. The scary thing, though, is, and it's exciting, is this is just the beginning, right? Yeah. What we handle and we do well is marketing and data. Mm. In the future, when it comes to contract creation, coordination, these are things that AI is going to run in the background. So when you, let's say, want to list a property, you can just say, hey, can you set up my listing for me? And it'll just automatically coordinate everything for you. Mm. So suddenly an agent or a brokerage or a brand, a team, they can run on their own without hiring the people you're saying and just be as effective, if not more. Yeah,
so you're beefing up their bottom line in a big way and really making it so that you're streamlining certain processes, right? Yeah.
We think that's the future. I mean, I think you're going to have a lot of advantages with tools like AI. Right. It's, again, I understand it's not for everyone and not everyone's going to like using it. People are scared of it.
Yeah.
Same reaction happened when we had social media come into play.
Sure.
When we had the internet first start with a cell phone. These are all moments in time where I truly believe the world changed, and AI is at the forefront of being that next wave. The people who will use it are the ones who are going to get ahead and are the ones that are going to lead this industry into the future.
Right. Yeah, I love that. And so target market would be a brokerage, right? That's a little bit more established and has these systems and processes in place and really know what it is they want and how to streamline. So it's not really the agent that's starting up, or is it both?
Not yet. So we are going to roll out an agent-facing platform.
Okay.
But honestly, we're really early. So for us, if we're onboarding a client, we're saying, okay, let's make sure we get the most amount of users to use it so we can improve it.
Yeah.
But also let's make sure we can set up something that exists. So like you said, brokerages are more established. So some agents don't have a brand, right? Some of them are just using their brokerage's material. Right. So for us, let's onboard a brokerage that already has those processes in place so we can feed the data in. So when an agent wants to make some marketing or has a question, things are already moving in the back end.
Yeah.
We've also onboarded teams though. But right now we're focusing on the brokerage first with the agent portal coming at a later time this year.
Very cool. So we talked a lot about the administrative side of things, right? How are we looking on the marketing side in regards to content creation? Like, do you guys, there's assets, graphics, little videos, like do you guys have that kind of arm taken care of, or are you going to build it out?
I wish I could show you, but it's a podcast. But yeah, I mean, that's really what I think separates us from everyone else.
Okay.
And I think what we can do is when we do get you onboarded is we have all of your marketing assets, your rules, how you like to talk, your specialty, all built into our algorithm to make sure that when you do want to generate a social media post, it's not one of these templates that you see online. It's literally the one you want. And more so, where we're taking this is, okay, we can make anything from print material to social media to newsletter, whatever you want under the sun. Our AI can do it with your branding. If we have all the data, if we know what you like to talk about, if we know you're a luxury real estate agent specializing in condos in Yorkville, why not take it to the next level? We can run your entire social media campaign. We can auto-generate the topics, create the copy for it, post it, manage it, give you statistics on it. So now if you want a daily social media post, a monthly newsletter, a weekly blog post, whatever it may be, that'll just happen in the background and it'll be used through an algorithm that studies what works best in the industry. So suddenly, if you want to grow your brand and you don't have the assets to do it, it's as easy as sending a text message.
Love that.
Yeah.
Very cool. Yeah, smart. That's gonna really help put you above the rest for sure. Yeah, because everyone's really reliant on the content creation side of it and too busy to do it. So if they can lean on you for both, it's like a little one-stop shop.
100%. And I will say this: that is a challenging task that we put ahead of ourselves. Like, I'm going to be totally honest with you. Not because of the AI and the content side. We can do that. That's not the generation's not the hard part. The generation is nailing it, because if you really want to grow a brand, we have to study what works. And the more people use it, the more our algorithm will understand, hey, okay, if you generate X type of social media post, that's probably going to get a lot more traction, a lot more views than if you just promote this one.
Right.
And that's what we want to work on optimizing in the long run, is how do we build you a machine that grows your brand while you sleep? And that's kind of
so you guys are diving into analytics and understanding real data and basing the content creation off of that, not just this is what's cool and what's trending and what looks good. It's more like this is what's working.
Exactly. I mean, you should know what's working for you, right? We should tell you that, hey, you just posted about this topic. Your audience loved it. Let's make more of that.
Yeah.
Understand that maybe when you are at a showing with someone, you should talk about these features in that property or that neighborhood, because they need to understand that, because it's actually very interesting to them.
Right.
So to us, it's, again, how do we empower the agent to be more resourceful, stronger, increase their brand? It's all one and the same, and analytics plays a massive part in it.
Very cool. Love that. Amazing chat. It was solid. Thank you for taking the time out of your day. I know you're busy at your booth as we are here on set at the Buzz Conference at the Liberty Grand. And feeling very grateful that you chose to pop over with us here and talk some shop. So tell the viewers a little bit more about yourself, where they could find you, and how you're going to rock with them in the future.
So my name is Raz Zohar. You can find me on LinkedIn, Instagram. Our company is called Mave. You can go on gomave.co. Learn all about us, sign up for our early beta access, and we're looking forward to working with you soon enough.
Thank you again for tuning in to What Would It Cost? This is a special episode that's, again, being done here at the Buzz Conference in the beautiful Liberty Grand. And man, good luck, and best of luck in the future. Hope you kick some serious butt.
Thank you. Great meeting you.
Right on.